Okay, the Tanya for today is as follows. So the Alter Rebbe speaks about it's a continuation from yesterday, and it's a very interesting idea. I kind of hacked it a little bit deeper. So the Alter Rebbe speaks about that if a person doesn't do tshuva, then they don't have the ability for the mind to influence the heart. Because the whole thing of the Tanya is that you have a godly soul, and then you have a mind, and then you have an animal soul. So the question is, who's in charge? The animal soul wants to be in charge, and the godly soul wants to be in charge. Now, the mind can control the animal soul. So the time of davening is a time of inspiration, and then the rest of the day is the time of perspiration, gaining control of the animal soul. But the point is, a very important point, that sometimes the animal soul can't be beat. The animal soul is too strong. And the Alter Rebbe is actually going to go through a couple of chapters where he's going to discuss different things where the person can't gain control. For example, a simple example of that is a drug addict. If you ask a drug addict, do you think you should be on drugs? A normal one will say no. So why? I mean, we all have addictions. We all do things that I can't control it. There's nothing I can do. So he explains a very interesting kind of perspective. I always saw this perspective that it was like a little bit like that. I mean, I think it's true that from what it says in Tanya, the animal soul, the person's being arrogant. In other words, the animal soul is being arrogant. He actually divides it. Like the animal soul, the klippa, is being arrogant. And therefore, if you humble it, imagine there's a bully at the door, he doesn't let you in. So you give him a couple of punches, he'll let you in. So also the idea is that the animal soul is arrogant. And if a person thinks about, I did this sin, I did that sin, whatever, then he can it becomes humble. So just like any person, if a person is arrogant, you tell them what to do, they say no. If a person is humble, you tell them what to do, they say yes. So the same thing's with us, because you're telling yourself what to do. If the animal soul is being arrogant, he's like, you're telling me what to do, I'll tell you what to do. But I think there's another point which Alter Rebbe brings out in today's Tanya, which is as follows, that it's actually a punishment. It's very interesting. That when a person sins, what do? We know the whole word of tshuva is tashuv hey, to return the hey. Because your name is ki chelek havaya amai. We are a part of Hashem, the yud, the hey, the vav, the hey. So we are literally our energy is directly Hashem. So when a person sins, what do? They take that hey, they take the part of Hashem that's giving them life force, and they put it in the klippa. They put it in whatever, the unkosher steak or the unkosher one, whatever they're doing. And now they actually have to bring it back. And so therefore, it's actually a punishment that it's in a way that the klippa is holding on to that energy. It certainly doesn't want to release that energy because that's where it's getting life force. It doesn't have its own life force. Like the Alter Rebbe says, if we all Jews did Torah mitzvahs, Mashiach would immediately come because the klippa can only draw energy from my avera, or something that I do wrong. So in conclusion, the point is that when a person does tshuva, let's say I regret the negative that I did and I make a good resolution for the positive. I say to Hashem, I'm sorry for all the evil I did, whatever. Specify, I did it with this, I did it like that. Then it's okay, then you break that klippa. The klippa is gone. And in the natural state of a person, what he says is that the soul literally is revived. So before the soul, the godliness was literally captive in that klippa. And now, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about here, we have a situation of hostages. So in a way, Hashem can be hostage, God forbid, in my sin. And if I do proper tshuva, in fact, it does say if the one side they come into complete tshuva, Mashiach will come. If I do proper tshuva, actually, as I was reading it today, I kind of did.
We're talking about tshuva tataya, right? No, somehow.
So yeah, that's the point. The point is that if you can break the klippa, then he's saying automatically the soul will come back. And there are different ways of doing that. One of the ways is like the Atat Tzava Maimer, to realize when Mashiach is going to be here, please God, soon, we'll see Hashem everywhere. So there's a certain humility that comes, oh my gosh, I could see Hashem, but I'm not seeing Hashem right now. So with this, there are things that can free our soul from the klippa, and then the soul becomes a primary energy of the individual. L'chaim v'levracha.